Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about a majority of the crypto projects that I personally am invested in, simply because as I see a major issue arising, and an issue that has been brought up for years and years and years now. I believe that we are ushering into a pivotal moment in time around technology, around our financial system, and ultimately around our everyday life. And this has been a subject of the channel for a while, and this is the fourth industrial revolution. And we do see over here, banks scramble to fix old systems as IT cowboys ride into sunset. This goes all the way back to 2017. And ultimately speaking, our traditional system has been broken for decades. We're talking about, multi-decades, going all the way back in time. And, today more than ever, I think that the cracks are showing. I think that, with the recent bank collapses and even 2008, going all the way back to 2008, I think that that was a serious wake up call that, listen, our financial system as we know it is completely garbage. And it demands a change. There's going to be a change, and a significant change, I will say, that happens over the next couple years, maybe even the next decade, that in my opinion will create, multimillionaires and billionaires from this evolution. So let's talk about it. So recently speaking, going into recent times, because this was from 2017, we just seen from September of 2022, Barbados Prime Minister Motley calls for overhaul of unfair, outdated global finance system. Currently speaking, we are starting to see a lot of problems arise, and I think that a lot of these problems are internal. I think that what we are seeing is problems being created so that we could reflect a possible change. And what they're going to utilize is a lot of excuses. Hey, we have this problem, so we need to utilize this. And hey, we have this issue, so we need to utilize this. We're kind of seeing that happen right now around the world of finance, saying, well, a central bank digital currency system is a major facelift, and it brings so much efficiencies to our financial system, and could ultimately secure our financial system, and could help us protect against another 2008 or bank collapses or bank crises, etc. So as we do see this, I think that a lot of these problems that we're seeing today are self-made. And I think that it's all by plan. Now, of course, you can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, but in my opinion, that's what I have been seeing. And this article here, talking about this overall of an unfair, outdated global finance system, it kind of leads back to the de-dollarization push that's happening around the world as well. I do think that we will see a new Bretton Woods sort of scenario, which I've also talked about, where I do think that gold and silver and crypto itself will play a vital role in this. But I've also been focused on what BRICS are doing. Obviously, a lot of that is noise as well. I see a lot of people kind of overhyping the death of the dollar. The dollar's not going to die overnight. This is still a global reserve currency. It's still one of the most crucial currencies out there. But I do think that there's a lot of cracks showing around the US dollar and around the US based systems. And I also think that a lot of these nations pushing back and moving away from the US dollar and the US itself is also something to watch for, because it's going to bring a lot of dominance over to crypto in this new age of technology. Now, also over here, we do see more bailouts for bankers won't fix a broken financial system. This was just recently in April of 2023. And, all attention centered out on what the Fed is going to do next. But I also think that the Fed, is working internally with a lot of, private sector players. And I think that one of those players is Ripple. I've talked about this as well. I think that this new FedNow system is something interesting to watch for. Am I going to say that they're utilizing Ripple 100%? No, because we don't have 100% proven fact around that. But I will say, I do think that the FedNow system is going to be a welcoming system for CBDCs. So, as we do see what's happening even around the traditional banking system, we are seeing a lot of centralization happening from JP Morgan. There's a lot of issues right now. And the best way to fix this is they're going to say CBDCs. They're going to say this new, financial system. Now, of course, yes, I do have my concerns with CBDCs. Everyone does, and I think that's for a good measure. I think that we should have concerns. I think that we should speak about these concerns, because until they are alleviated, or at least until we see that they are just, our own concerns, are actually not concerns that we need to be worried about, then, hey, You know, maybe we should speculate. Maybe we should talk about it. But also, recently, the UN chief also said that the global financial system needs overhaul, which again, like this is all on par with what we have been saying. And this is talking about the Bretton Woods system. I do believe that we could very well be seeing a new Bretton Woods like scenario. And I do think that's going to be centered out on gold, silver, and crypto. But this did bring up the question, are we going to see CBDCs become the now? For an example, we do see if it's assumed that by Bretton Woods, he meant that the US dollar's role as a global reserve currency since the 1945 agreement's original purpose to peg the dollar to gold has been abolished in the 1970s. Some of these reforms could very well refer to emerging plans to establish centralized cryptocurrencies, also known as central bank digital currencies. Some of the most promising CBDC projects currently include the European Central Bank's digital euro and the Federal Reserve's digital dollar and the IMF's Universal Monetary Unit, UMU, unveiled last month specifically for global use. It's without a doubt that these systems could have quite some benefits, but many critics point out they also open up the opportunity for unprecedented abuse of power from governments and international authorities, which we've talked about many times on this channel. Now, I did not specifically address CBDCs or anything similar, but sometimes it's worth listening to what's not being said out loud. What do you see over here? CBDC in a sting operation, the president of the ECB was tricked into revealing that the EU CBDC would be a government controlled currency. In preparation, they're squeezing cash out with limits on spending 1,000 euros. Imagine when they control every penny you spend. And again, like there's so much concern around CBDCs. We don't know what's going to happen with these. We have no idea what's going to happen with these, but a lot of the central bankers have talked about control and what's going to happen with them. There was also a PDF file actually around the digital euro that did talk about limits and what you can spend the money on and things like that. So yes, concerns are healthy until they're alleviated, which I've always said. But now, what is this all leading to? Well, I do believe that this is leading to the fourth industrial revolution, aka Industry 4.0. And this was an article written back in August of 2022, talking about it from McKinsey and Company, which has been right on par with what blockchain's doing and digitization, all that kind of stuff. And we do see Industry 4.0, also called the fourth industrial revolution, or 4IR, is the next phase in the digitization of the manufacturing sector, driven by disruptive trends, including the rise of data and connectivity, analytics, human-machine interaction, and improvements in robotics. Now, recently we talked about Neuralink. I actually do not like that at all. I've also talked about implantable chips in your hand that could be utilized for payments. You know, a lot of that stuff kind of, scares me, to be completely honest with you guys. I've talked about it many times on this channel that, I just don't like implantable technology. I don't want to, have implantable technology in my body. Of course, that's just my opinion. Everyone has their own ideas, but I just don't see the benefit in that unless, we're kind of heading towards that age of biblical times, which again, I don't like to bring up like religion or anything on this channel because I know everyone has their own views, but it kind of seems terrifying to think of, right? But nonetheless, Industry 4.0, or the fourth industrial revolution, I think is going to be very beneficial for most. And again, like I think that this could very well be a major shift in technology as well as crypto. I do think that we are going to see new asset classes derived from this. I think that value added is going to be very large as well, because again, like tokenization opens up a ton of value. But here are the four foundational types of disruptive technologies. So 1, connectivity, data, and computational power, cloud technology, the internet, blockchain, and sensors. Analytics and intelligence, advanced analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, which is right on par with a lot of blockchain technologies. There's a lot of projects within this space that are focused on AI, analytics, and things like that. Human-machine interaction, virtual reality, and augmented reality as well, robotics and automation, autonomous guided vehicles, advanced engineering, additive manufacturing such as 3D printing, renewable energy, and nanoparticles. So again, like a lot of this is becoming a reality, and it's all centered out on technological advancement, and it is, here. It's here, it's now, and it's happening. And what's wild to me is that I don't think a lot of people realize this just yet. And I also don't even think that a lot of people understand fully what a CBDC is, which is crazy as well. But I do think that we are getting there. And we do see to get there, 6 core enablers can boost the odds of success for your company's 4IR transformation, an agile approach that incorporates quick iterations, fast rails, and continuous learning, with teams transforming bundled use cases in waves to drive innovation and ongoing refinements. Agile digital studios can help people collaborate effectively, providing designated space where team members from different functions are in proximity for co-creation. The IIoT stack allows seamless integration of IIoT infrastructure, both legacy and new, to build a stable, flexible tech backbone. Cost can be leveraging, or be limited. Sorry, they actually meant be. By leveraging existing systems with efficient investment in new technology stack. And they just kind of go on and on to, how transformative this will be, because everything will be transformed and ultimately scaled up by this. But they utilized the pandemic for a lot of this. They actually utilized COVID to accelerate this. For an example, in fact, COVID-19 has accelerated the fourth industrial revolution transition, but because physical distancing and shifting consumer demands forced companies to embrace digitization and contactless operations. 6 months into the pandemic, 94% of the respondents to McKinsey's survey said that Industry 4.0 had helped keep the operations of their companies running, and 56% considered these technologies critical to the crisis response. And again, as we do see this, it begs the question, what is next, right? What is next? And ultimately speaking, I do think that CBDCs could very well be the next major shift in this. And we're kind of already seeing a lot of things happening around these CBDCs. For an example, here's 2023. There's currently speaking four pages almost of 2023 initiatives around CBDCs, and these are all from proof of concept, from launched pilots. I mean, you name it. So things are moving very fast within the CBDC infrastructure, and I think a lot of these technologies that I talk about on a daily basis are going to be utilized within these infrastructures because of the PDF files and the documents that we've gone over from the IMF, the ECB, the World Economic Forum, the BIS. All of them mention DLT as being crucial to this overall evolution. And also, as we do look at the World Economic Forum around Fourth Industrial Revolution, this is a technological shift merging our physical, digital, and biological worlds into one. The fast developing technologies pushing it forward, such as artificial intelligence, genome editing, augmented reality, robotics, and 3D printing are promising smart solutions for interactable challenges. But this revolution also calls for governing these solutions in ways that empower, foster collaboration, and help build a more sustainable foundation for social and economic development. And we do see almost everything around this. Look at almost every aspect of your daily life being interacted and disrupted by this. And yes, we do see blockchain being a crucial area of this, the digital economy as well. And within this, you also see other areas of focus from some of the other projects within crypto. You see AI as well. There's a few other ones as well. There's so much internet governance. Let me see, cybersecurity, banking and capital markets, digital communications, Internet of Things, which is a big one. We're going to see almost everything that we could think of being disrupted by this. And it's going to, in my opinion, everything will be digitized and tokenized. So as we do look at that, I think that blockchain will be crucial to this. And if you actually interact here, you could see blockchain. So this is blockchain as a whole. This is what blockchain itself will disrupt. So we could see even utility like electricity, the net zero transition, banking, capital markets, climate indicators, mining and metals, financial and monetary systems, climate change, sustainable development, economic progress, global governance, the future of work, the digital economy, innovation, education, skills, and learning. Even the justice and law system, everything that we know of will be disrupted by this digital transformation. This is why I've been so adamant about these technologies and why the long-term view around these technologies is crucial to have. Yes, short-term, they will make you money. But in the long term, I think that that's where a lot of the wealth will come in from. And even if you click some of these, for an example, financial and monetary system, if you click here, you could see things happening around crypto within this. So for example, if I were to just click banking and capital markets, for an example, you could see what's happening around this in terms of financial technology, banking and business models, all that kind of stuff. And, a lot of this is still centered out on, crypto technology, blockchain technology, digitizing and tokenizing, workflows and assets. And for an example, the digital economy is here. And when you click the digital economy, you could see cross-border trade and cooperation, trust, security, and protection. we've been focused on these types of areas of opportunity for so long, especially around like cross-border trade and even trade finance. Even Hedera, like what Hedera's been doing a lot with like sustainability is focused right on sustainability around like the digital economy and around specific areas as well. Like all of this is happening in real time, and it's something that I've been focused on for so long because we are seeing this major evolution, and it's all centered out on new age technology. And I do think, like I said, with CBDCs, this is right on par with what we've been focused on. We are going to see a global harmonized approach to CBDCs where we're going to be seeing a fully decentralized global financial system built upon digital rails. That's why when I said over here on Twitter, like I tweeted on May 22nd, I talked about utility will always be the most important factor in the space. XDC is here to fully digitize and make liquid trade finance trillions. XRP XLM is here to make money move / settle instantly globally, plus countless other use cases, trillions. HBAR Casper, they're doing so much more outside of just enterprises, but I said like is here to disrupt and usher enterprises into the future of Web3 by digitizing their workflows. There's a lot more to these two, but ultimately enterprises are the focus, trillions. And XRA, Alliance Block, is here to bridge the world of CeFi, DeFi, ultimately connecting both worlds of finance. This will lead to a convergence of massive amounts of funds, trillions. QNT, here to connect all of them. And Quant is also disrupting capital markets and asset tokenization, things like that. Like all of this is happening so fast. And some of these technologies, in my opinion, will be crucial to the evolution of this. And also, I think that a lot of them will be leveraged and utilized within these, traditional systems to fully digitize them and usher them into this new age technology, or new age of technology, which is centered out on, the fourth industrial revolution. This is going to touch every single aspect of life. Even quantum computing's on here, like the quantum financial system, the QFS, area. That's something to really look into and read if you are in crypto, because there really is a lot going on here, and it does take a lot of time to research all of this, but this is, if you really care about everyday life, and if you are someone that's kind of living on autopilot, I think that this is something that everyone needs to look into, because this will change. Like we're already kind of seeing your surroundings change. Like if you go to the store, if you just go anywhere, like you can kind of see things changing slightly. Crypto really opened my eyes to my surroundings and just how, wild things are becoming. Like we're seeing change happening rapidly. Things are going to take some time for it to be fully, integrated. Like I said, like the next decade could very well be very interesting around the fourth industrial revolution and full-on digitization and tokenization of our everyday life. But it is happening. It's becoming a reality. I think that the recent announcements around like Neuralink and stuff is just wild. It's crazy. I even reported on it. But this is something to watch for, especially if you are really deep in crypto. I mean, obviously we know our financial system needs an upgrade. We know things around us need an upgrade. Our entire infrastructure needs an upgrade. And the fourth industrial revolution, this is something that I believe has been sort of manipulated into existence. And I think that a lot of the events that we are seeing around us are catering to, how can we usher this in as fast as possible? How can we get this to be, a big thing as fast as possible? And I think that a lot of what we are seeing, like around the banking collapse, the financial system, is being utilized and leveraged as an example on why we need this. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night. If you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.